Hello there, Karen here. And today I'm using the last of my July 2017 hip kit to do this layout of my daughter sitting by the pool on our holiday last year in Spain. It was a beautiful pool attached to our villa and she loved it there. So I just put these two pictures together. So one is of the whole pool and then there's a sort of close-up of her sitting there. And I'm just backing it on some white cardstock. The background paper I'm using is the last whole piece I had from this kit, and that's from Maggie Holmes' Chasing Dreams collection, and it's called Library. And apart from that, I've only got a few scraps left and a load of embellishments, and I'm trying to use up as many as I can today. I'm just using that doily just to give it a soft edge on that corner, as I always love to use a doily. And that palm tree I've cut out on my silhouette machine. Having lots of fun using that, and that took a bit of doing because it was all a single piece and I had to cut it twice in the two different colours, but I got there in the end. And then this is another scrap from the same collection, and it's the Hello Beautiful piece, the black and white. It's little black and white, little black hearts on a white background, so it's really pretty paper. So I wanted to use that just to to edge this photo. So I've decided to cut it down so I could use it top and bottom. You see, I've only got a little piece left, so I'm just going to put it a little bit at the top and another bit at the bottom to make it look as though the whole thing has been backed. I didn't really need it sticking out on the left-hand side because that side is going to be covered up by the palm tree. There were lots of palm trees around the pool, so it seemed fitting to just have that hanging over the top of the photograph there. I just felt it gave the atmosphere. It was like a little oasis, this pool. It was set in a little dip just at the end of the drive, and it was just a beautiful spot. And we had quite a lot of fun in and out of the pool. Well, I don't think I got in the pool, but everybody else did. So the tree's going to be there, more or less. And then I thought there's a bit of a gap there at the top on the left-hand side, and I thought it needed a bit of a pop of colour. So this was just another scrap I had in the kit, so I just thought I'd pop that just to fill in that corner there. Just checking that it covers it up, and another piece just to balance it out at the bottom. So yeah, I think that looks okay. That just gives it that little pop of colour, make it look a bit not quite so monotone. This is not going to be a monotone layout. It's quite colourful in the end. And then wasn't quite right. I still need to just trim that off at the edge there, just to make sure it doesn't show the other side of the tree. I really wanted that tree to just cover the edge of the photograph, photo layout. And then I'm just sticking that down. Don't need any more layers. I don't need it popped up on foam because I want the tree to be in front of it. So I'm just going to stick the tree down as well. And then that's the basis of my layout. Yep, there we are. After that, it's mainly just trying to create a scene, really, using all the embellishments that came in the kit. So first of all, I had some bits left over when I was cutting out the tree, so I thought, well, I'll make it a little bit more dimensional and add another layer of the leaves, or I suppose they're the branches. So I've just cut a few. No, I had already cut some extra ones, so I'll pop those on there. Now I'm going to use a bit of poetic license. I've got these stickers. They're from Amy Tangerine, I think from the Hustle and Heart, but I could be wrong, could be on a whim. And it had a load of pineapples, which I never really thought I'd use. But I thought, well, I know there should be coconuts in a palm tree, but I've decided this one's going to have pineapples in it. So because they're clear stickers, I've backed them onto some white card and then cut them out. So I'm just doing one, and I've got another one there. Just going to cut that one out, stick it in the tree. I'm going to do a third one. And just to be a bit fanciful, this one is going to have fallen out of the tree and it's going to be lying at the bottom. So I'm just sticking these on now. Now I've decided on how it's all going to look. I'm going to stick them in place. Because I needed something in that tree to cover up all the joins of the branches where they're all joined together. So the pineapples seem to be the best option. So they're going up in the tree. And one. And there's the other one. Don't think I'm quite ready to stick the other one down. It's roughly where it's going to go, but I'm not quite ready to stick that one down yet. I kept wanting, there's a palm tree on that sticker sheet, which I kept wanting to use, but the colour was all wrong, so I didn't use it in the end. I've now gone on to the chipboard sheet. This is one of the HipKit exclusives from their Summer Bliss collection. And I've decided I'm going to use this cactus. There may have been some cactuses around. Haven't decided where it's going to go yet. It just keeps travelling around. I'm still not convinced I put it in the right place in the end, but once it's there, it's there. And there were quite a lot of rather exotic looking flowers on this chipboard sheet, so I'm taking them all off. I'm going to cluster them around on the right hand side. So I've got my powder tool, so I'm taking a bit of the sticky off so I can place them around before I actually commit to their placement. So there's a whole load of different sizes of little chipboard flowers I thought really looked pretty in that corner. Makes it look quite exotic. It's like a little oasis, this pool, so I thought they would go quite nicely there. And then there was this offcut. It's what was left after I cut out the palm tree, and I put it down. I thought, oh, it looks a bit like grass, but it was a bit too pointy and too high. So while I'm thinking about that, I've added a little sticker from another HipKit exclusive. They're sort of shiny, plasticky words and little embellishments, and that one says, "I will never forget this," the one I've just stuck down. So now I've decided I wanted something down the bottom there, so I've decided to take this strip of green and do a bit of it's like fringing. I'm doing a bit of fringing to make it look like grass, and then I'm just going to shape it because it's too flat. It's too straight at the top, so I'm just going to shape it around a bit. So it's a bit like that piece I had before, but a bit more designed to look like grass. So I'm just sort of cutting that up and down, give it a little bit of shaping. Just I felt that bottom corner needed a little bit more green just to give it a sort of base. Yeah, and I'm just going to ruffle it up a bit to make it look a bit more dimensional. And pop that down there. I'm still thinking about where to put this cactus. I'm going to tuck it behind the tree. It keeps moving around. Blink and you'll see it's in a different place. And there's another one of those stickers from the Amy Tan sticker sheet. That's a gold leaf, and I just popped that on there just to add to the flowers. And there was a flower sticker that went quite well with the other flowers, so I put that onto the card to back, and so I've got an extra flower to put down. Now I'm going to stick down this little strip of grassy fronds in that corner there. I am denied about this. I didn't know whether to put it straight all the way across or whether just to leave it as it was, and in the end I just left it as it was. And in the end the cactus has gone at the end of the pool there. I'm not sure in the end it was the best location for it, but I committed and there it is. That's where it's going to stay. And there's my little pineapple that's fallen out the tree. So now I'm going to stick my flowers around that corner. That's where I like them. So they're all going to go, just going to get stuck down there with my Scotch tacky glue. Whatever it is they call it these days. I think that might be what they call it. And I'm just going to stick all the flowers around the corner. So I'm clustering them around with that little gold leaf sticking out the bottom. Quite like that, just sort of finishes it off nicely. And I end up with a slightly awkward little space there. I don't know if you can see by my finger between the flowers and the phrases. So I'm popping another little phrase in there. And that just says beautiful day because it's got the right colour. I was just picking out things that had the matching colours. And now I'm having a look at this Echo Park sheet. It's got some enamel not enamel dots. It's got some brads and also some little rounds. I don't know if you call them stickers. Because they're not all brad, some of them just stick down. So I've stuck that one there. That one just says Summer Loving. It's just got the colours that I like that match with the colours in the flowers. And I've put a couple of the little plastic hearts. I'm not quite sure what you'd call that stuff. They're quite plasticky, those stickers, and shiny. They're quite nice. They're a bit like enamel dots, really. So I put a couple of little hearts in there. And then I thought I'd use some of these brads as well. So there were some really pretty pearly brads. So I've decided to have a few of those going around the flowers as well. So I will put my I've got a foam sheet or a foam square that I've popped underneath, so I can make my holes. And then I've got a little orange pearly one first of all, and the next one is going to be a little pink pearly brad. It's going to go underneath. So just picking out the colours from the flowers to add my brads. And one final one is a teal brad. Don't very often get to use brads, but these were so pretty and I thought they go so well with all the colours. I thought I'd use them. Something different for me. And one final one. I've already got a couple of pineapples in my tree, so I might as well add a brad as well to complete the set of 3. It just felt like there was a bit of a space there that needed filling. And that's just a slightly larger brad in bright orange and yellowy colours, and I just thought, well, that just kind of completes the set up in that tree. So now I'd been thinking what to do about a title, and I just saw this on the sheet, and I thought, because I'd been thinking of doing something like By the Pool or Fun at the Pool, and it just seemed a bit boring. And I saw Good Life, and I just thought, oh, it's just a lovely pop of colour on this page, and I thought that would just finish it off nicely, and I really like that. I like the font, and I like the, how bright and jolly it is. It's a sort of red with a tiny white polka dot on it, and I really like it. And it says what it needs to. It's a good life. We're having good fun at this place. And a few more little enamel shapes, and I'm just popping around the title. Not quite sure what those shapes are. They're almost like little snowflakes, except summery ones. So I've popped those around to just to give it a little bit more dimension. And now I'm just doing a little bit of journaling underneath, just saying how much we enjoyed this pool and how very much Hannah in particular enjoyed the pool. And I think there's not much more to do. The final touch, a few splatters from Heidi Swapp Colour Shine in Butter, and that's the end of the layout. So thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this layout. Please subscribe again, not again, but if you haven't, please subscribe, and join me again soon. Goodbye.